Hey everybody, it's me again and time for another Bathroom Chronicles. It's been a while. So I hope everybody's looking forward to hearing from me again. I try to do the Chronicles periodically. In no rhyme or reason, no time or season. I just get on here and I go in the bathroom and if you look around you can see I'm in the bathroom. And I chronicle the times and I chronicle the day and I chronicle things going on with me and try to figure out what might be happening in your life too. So anyway, that's what Bathroom Chronicles is all about. Just want to point out that, it's pretty obvious to all of us what's going on around here today. This pandemic, COVID-19, this virus is really, really, really impacting us in the world in a negative way like never, ever, ever before. I mean, if you lived as long as I've lived, you've been through some things and you've seen some things and you experienced some things, but nothing prepared us for this. Nothing except I know for a fact God's word did prepare us. If we're into the word and you listen and you're not too shocked and too surprised about the events that are taking place now, but you do know that it's just a really hard time for everybody because first of all, you have an invisible, deadly disease that is killing people, making people ill, and it's killing people. And it's not that we've never seen a disease or a virus that's killed people. We've had Ebola, we've had the flus, the Spanish flu, we've had E. coli. There's so many things. They had the SARS. But what's different, a couple of things that makes it a pandemic is because it's global. You can have an epidemic and it could be contained in either a state, a city, a county, even a nation like the United States. But a pandemic crosses borders. It crosses borders. It's touched everybody in every country. I think even to some of the most remote places, it's touched people in a way that has never been seen before. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought that we'd be walking around wearing masks? You go to the store and you look around and most people, let me say everybody, because everybody not going to pay attention, but most people are wearing a face mask, covering their face, and they're doing their daily stuff, shopping and carrying on, but with a face mask. And sometimes for me, I have to step back and say, I can't believe this is happening. I mean, all my life, I've never seen anything like this where it's just become natural now. It's becoming common that you put your mask on. You got masks that match stuff. You got coordinated masks. You got masks to go with this and masks to go with that. You got the disposable masks. You got the cute masks. You got the N95 that got the filters. I mean, name it. We got a mask for you because you need it in this time. And I saw this thing that talks about how you having a mask and me not having one, that's, okay, but this percentage of me catching it is still there. And neither one of us having a mask is totally not okay because we're bound to eventually pick up from one another, a disease. But the best effort, the best thing we could do is we both can mask up and out of care and concern and love for our neighbor, we can mask up and save some lives. If nothing else, save your own life and perhaps the life of your family members. Because a lot of days, people today live in blended families and extended family living together. And so, you want to be careful that because you're not feeling sick or you don't have a symptom, you don't want to take it home and make your loved ones sick, your parents sick, your grandparents sick, or anybody that has a compromised immune system like a lot of us do. People have lupus and asthma and COPD and things that, may not look from the physical outside, but people have immune diseases that make them very vulnerable and at high risk for contacting this COVID-19. So it's something that we really have to think about and be very conscious of. And of course, then they talk about washing our hands. You think it should be something that people know right away. And not to say that people don't know. We're not any judgment here who don't wash their hands, but it's just not learning how to properly wash your hands. And I gave a demonstration before that, if you wash your hands for just when you especially coming from outside, a minimum of 60 seconds. I know they say 20, but listen, people, you put that soap on there and you suds it up. So you count. I do this. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then you get between the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now you want to get there because you know so much dirt hides in here. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same thing on that side. 10 here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're getting pretty clean. But you want to get these nails, whether they're short or long or whatever. Bacteria gets in there. So you take that and you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do 10, but you can do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you probably got 60 seconds going there, but I kind of give it an overall wash, and then you rinse. Now you have your water already running and have it at the temperature you need because you don't want to touch anything now because your hands are clean. You don't want to contaminate. So then you hold them under the water and you rinse the back and the forth. And then you don't touch anything. You get that paper towel and you can just use, however you do it. And you take that paper towel and you dry. And you wash. Now I'm going to keep this paper towel because I ain't did nothing on that. I ain't got paper towels to waste, so I'm going to keep this paper towel. But anyway, just to show you for demonstration purposes that you want to, dry your hands carefully and then dry the faucets that you turned. Use the paper towel to do that. If you're in a public place, just, wash your hands carefully. I don't like the air blower things. Because I've been told that they blow fecal matter and germs around. I don't know. But if you can get a paper towel in a public place, use that. Use that to turn the water off. And use that to open the door if you can. I kind of open the door with the paper towel, hold my foot, and then drop the paper towel in the trash. That's my method. So whatever works for you. But the bottom line is be clean. Now, I just want to say a quick word about the mask. About the gloves that I've kind of figured out or found out. We were told to wash your hands, wear the gloves, hand sanitizers. Now, those are the 3 things that work well. I use gloves when I'm going into the store. I like to put my gloves on so that I can open doors, push the buggies. And I know they have things you can wipe the buggy and all that. But I like to have my gloves. I don't want anything I don't want to touch anything with my bare hand. So I put my gloves on, I do my shopping. I'm touching different things that maybe 100 other people have touched. I get the milk, I get the butter, whatever I'm getting, and I look at the packs of meat. I might move them around a little bit. So I got my gloves on. Now the thing is, when I'm all done and I pay for everything, when I step outside the store, I peel those gloves off right there and drop them in the receptacle, in the trash receptacle, right there. I don't take them to my car because now I'm cross-contaminating. How doctors, you never see nurses and doctors use the same glove for different things. So I take that glove off before I get to my car so that I don't touch my door handle with the contaminated glove and I don't touch my steering wheel with the contaminated glove. So I leave that glove outside the store at their trash can. So that when I get in my car, then I get in my car and I hand sanitize. Real carefully. I go, and I get it all hand sanitized. And sometimes I have a wipe and I wipe my steering wheel just to be careful. And, and then I get home. When I'm home, I try to put everything away, but then I also kind of Lysol my keys a little bit and wipe them off, and my purse where I moved it around. And then of course I take I have a cloth mask, so I take it right off and wash it. And while I'm washing the mask, I wash that, then I do my hand wash at the same time. A little excessive, maybe. Worth it? I think so. If it's gonna save my life, I'll do it. It's just something to think about, These are we have to take what do you call it? we have to take into consideration steps to be careful. We have to think and be mindful because you know how quick it is to say, "Oh, let me run outside and oh, forgot that mask." So I try to keep a mask in the car, a mask in my handbag, and a mask on me. And if I don't, you know, if I forget and run out the house, I have one in the car. Just be careful, people. Because everybody is not going to pay attention, and everybody's not going to follow the rules, and everybody's not going to wear a mask, and everybody's not going to be careful with their hands and what they're touching. And people touch their noses, they pick their nose, they do all kinds of stuff. And then you go get a basket and they pick their nose and put the hand on it. I don't want to play with all that. I just want to take a chance with all that, you know, especially being mindful because of who I am and my age and my condition. Think about who you are. Think about your life, your lifestyle, your illnesses, your health, your immune system. Think about you and what it means to you personally to be safe. How does that work for me? What does that mean for me? I know what it means in general, but what does it mean that I need to do to be careful? But what do I need to be a little more mindful of? Think about it, you know, so that I'm not caught off guard. And I'm not one of those persons who come down with COVID-19 out of ignorance and stupidity or out of just carelessness. If I happen to catch the virus, it'll be not because I didn't do everything within my power to be safe. Shelter in place, what does that mean? Well, it means stay in the house. That's as simple as that. Stay in the house, go out when you have to. What does have to? Well, you got to eat. Sometimes you have doctor appointments if you're not doing the televisits with the doctor. Oh, and by the way, folks, did y'all know the televisits, they charge you for office visits, so they're not losing no money, no way. So if you can tell your doctor, can we do it on the televisit? Do I have to come in? Because we can do this on the thing, and you're going to get paid anyway, so it doesn't matter. If possible, that cuts down on the chances of you being out there. But sometimes you have to go in. So if you do, you know, they're being careful. They're taking your temperature. And you have to go to the store and get food. And, you know, you can get out and do whatever's open. You can get out and do some things, but be very, very, very careful. You know, if you order food, order to go. You know, there's just some things you can do. So what my point is, I want just for everybody to be safe. Be cautious, be mindful, not only of yourself, but of your neighbor. You know, we're all in this together, and we'll all come out of it together if we try. You know, if we make an effort to care about somebody else, care about ourselves, and then about other people. So, but other than that, I'm doing good, you know, and I'm hoping that this chronicle will find other people, you know, maintaining, doing okay. You know, I know that I'm going to say my condolences to anybody who's lost some loved one, whether it's been to this virus or any other cause. You know, that's a hard thing to deal with, you know, because you all know that our God, our loving creator, did not ever intend for us to have to face death and have to mourn. And it was so painful that even Jesus mourned when Lazarus died. And he knew he was going to raise him from the dead, but he still hurt him. So, you know, it's okay to grieve and cry and miss our loved ones. So know that my heart is out to those who have gone through that or are going through that. Or sick ones who now you can't even go visit them in the hospital. They're sick. You know, it's bad enough to be in the hospital sick, but when you feel alone and you don't really understand what's going on, and you just, it's a tough place to be. So, you know, my heart goes out to anyone going through that. My heart also goes out, and I'm really, although I don't have small children, this whole school thing, whether my child needs to go to school or should he stay home where he's safe with me. And I can do my best to homeschool them. And we know that has an impact on everybody, virtual learning. Love the terminology, virtual learning. Doesn't that sound good? But what it means is, parents, it means a lot. It means that whatever you got going on in your life, this child's education is in your hands, and it got to come first. And if you work a job, double whammy. I don't know how you do it. You know, and if you're not a teacher, so you don't have the skill set and ability, and sometimes not even the patience to deal with a child, trying to keep them focused, trying to keep them on target, on task, it can be a lot. And then on top of that, trying to work a job, trying to take care of your house, trying to cook some dinner, trying to get the laundry done, trying to talk to the husband, get him straight. Oh, Good Lord, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I commend you, moms. I commend you very much for the good job you've been doing. You got through this first part of it, didn't know which way we were going, running blind. Now they got a little direction, a little bit. You know that you're going to have to have those kids home again. I'm sorry for you to a degree. On the other hand, well, what can you say? Because we're not trying to send them to school and get sick. We're not trying to send them to school and they can cough and sneeze all over each other and then come home and get you sick. We're not trying to send them to school where the teachers is sharing classrooms and they getting sick. The chances of the COVID-19 increasing in schools is off the charts. It's incredible. It's beyond imagination how fast it can spread. Because you all know now, I don't raise kids. You know that if your child gonna get sick, they gonna get sick at school. What year have you sent a child to school that they didn't come home sick, snot, running, nose, and mouth? Oh, it was just horrible, coughing and sick and fever and everything because they didn't caught something from their schoolmate. Now, do you think that it's going to be even 100 times worse with the COVID-19? One child comes with a little bit of fever, don't even know it, and there you go, the whole classroom infected. At least 10 out of 30 kids going to get it. And possibly the teacher. Then they on the school bus together. How you social distance on the school bus? How you social distance in the hallway from classroom to classroom? It's a big question. It's a tough one. So if you have made a decision to homeschool or virtual school your child, I agree, you're probably doing the best thing, for now at least, until we got some more information. Let's go with what we do know. We know the germs spread fast at school, and the best way to avoid that is to keep the child home. That's my take on that. Just my take on that. I just thought about that. Let's talk about stimulus. Stimulus money. Now, the last stimulus, that was $1,200. That was sweet. It was just like a little something. But you know what? I don't get too excited because I feel like, most of us, if you worked all your life, you probably earned that money, at some point, somehow. The government not giving you nothing. Let's get that straight. They don't never just give you something. If it give you something, there's always a string attached to it. So, for instance, like the $600 bonus that they're giving people drawing unemployment. Did you know? Now, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But somebody told me that money's taxable, the $600. I know unemployment's taxable, but the bonus money, the $600 that you're getting, now you got to worry about next year. How am I going to pay all that money back? How am I going to get that right? See, that's what I said. They never just give you something, That's the thing about I love serving Jehovah God. He gave you something, ain't no strings attached. It's yours, free and clear. No problems. Here you are now. You're thinking, okay, I got a little bit ahead. Got this little extra $600 a week. I can put that aside. I can take care of something. But, oh, boy, you're going to pay the cost to be the boss. Because next tax season is coming back, baby. It's coming back. Sad. So now we're into... And some people still didn't even get their $1,200. And they sent $1,200 checks to dead people. Now, what kind of bureaucracy are we dealing with? Come on, is it foolishness at the top level? So now they're talking about the next stimulus package. I don't know if it's $1,200. I was shooting for $2,000. It was more of like what I was like to see. And I'm shooting for monthly. How about let's just keep it going? Let's just keep it going. Don't give it to me one time. I could use it every month. But in case it's just one month, let's just say like it was the last one. I guess that's in the making now. It's like you don't get your hopes up too high because they switch up on you every time. But if it comes again, there's a lot of times that people can really try to use. It's not a lot of money, you all. $1,200 is not a lot of money, but it can help some people. A lot of us to kind of dig up self out the hole a little bit and kind of get your head above the water a little bit so you can breathe. Yeah, I can't breathe, or you can't breathe economically either, much less with the other stuff going on in the world. But you can't breathe economically when you're going from paycheck to paycheck, and now you lose the paycheck, so now you don't know what you're doing. You still gotta feed them hungry kids, and you gotta feed yourself. You gotta get your rent paid. So now they're saying, well, I'm sorry, them mortgage forgiveness is over. You're gonna have to come back with it. And so now you're back where you started. The pandemic is worse than it was. We're back to square one. Only difference is now we got everybody opening up stuff, and they out there, and they're just spreading at an alarming rate. So anyway, enough bad news, enough sad news. Let's see. On a good note, you know, first of all, we had to give praise and honor to Almighty because He woke us up. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. Somebody went to bed thinking they was gonna wake up this morning and didn't. But so we're grateful that we're above ground and we're breathing. I want to give a shout out as usual to all my friends and loved ones that might be watching who have access to Facebook or whatever, to know that I love you. I'm sorry that we can't get together. We can't hug. We can't touch. We can't even do any of that. But here's a virtual hug. And here's a virtual hug. So there. Now, anyway, so, in spirit and mind, I'm with you. We're all together. I miss you all that I can't see physically. I'm so grateful for Zoom because and other FaceTimes and things like that where you can talk to people in real time. What a wonderful provision, because that way we can see each other and I can physically look upon you and see how you're doing. And you can see that I'm okay today. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So, we lose one thing, but we gain something else. So the technology is just out of sight, and I'm happy for that. I'm really thankful for that. So I want to say hi to all my Seattle friends and loved ones, my children, Mark, Yaris, and TJ. Those are the three that I love with all that's in me because I brought them in the world. Then all the grandchildren. I have 7 granddaughters and the great-grandchildren. The 3 great-grandsons and 1 great-granddaughter. Yeah, I got the extended family, the seeds, and for that I'm grateful that they all are doing okay so far. As I always like to say, so far so good. I just thankful because, if things can change, and I'm not exempt, none of us are, from bad things happening to good people. But we know that that's because we live in a world that is controlled by Satan, a crazy man, a crazy thing that just don't want to see us happy. And so, just be grateful if you got your family. And if you know what you can't get out, if you got a roof over your head, be thankful. I got a little bitty apartment. I'm so thankful. I wish I had a little balcony, a little yard and all that. But you know what? I'm happy that I got a window to look out. And I can see the sunlight. And I can, just step outside and feel the sun, the warmth. I can enjoy it. I can look out and see the birds, and I can see the flowers. And I don't take for granted any of those things that the Creator has given me for my enjoyment. That if I didn't have anything else, I have the natural elements. I have the beauty and that can only be expressed through nature. It's just so much to be thankful for. So I am. Let's see, shout out to my sisters here in Atlanta, every single one of you. I love you and I need you. And I mean fleshly sisters as well as my spiritual sisters. I love y'all too. With all my heart, I love my congregation, Ellen Wood, shout out, and the elders and the good work they do. So I just want you all to know that I'm still here. I'm still live and kicking. I'm still doing Bathroom Chronicles every now and then. If you still want me to continue doing Bathroom Chronicles, give me a big yes or no, or yay or nay in the comments section and let me know. I'm going to be taking my Chronicles to the YouTube, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to do a monthly Bathroom Chronicle on YouTube. So we'll be talking about all kinds of things. We'll talk about the economy. We'll talk about just some of everything. Family. We'll talk about vacations. Next time we're going to talk about the airlines and what's going on with them. When they going to get cheaper tickets and they might get some passengers. We could all mask up and they just take that third seat, that middle seat out. We'll work it out. But I will be on YouTube eventually talking about that. So I'll keep you guys posted. In the meantime, love, peace, and hair grease. I'm out.